Welcome back, dear students. In this video, we learn about the state of foreign trade at the time of independence. What you need to remember is discriminatory tariff policy adopted by the government. What is this? We'll recall it. First, let's see what's the first point. India became the major exporter of primary products or raw material and the importer of finished goods. For learning this, let us recall what was the discriminatory tariff policy adopted by the government. Remember 3 points here. Firstly, the export of the Indian manufactured products in the form of handicrafts, they were imposed heavy taxes, heavy duties, due to which the products which were manufactured in India and exported to foreign land, they became costlier and the demand of those products declined in the foreign market. Second point you need to remember is that the raw material which was exported to Britain in the form of cotton, jute, raw silk, wool, indigo, that was made duty free. Now two types of exports were taking place. Firstly, the export of Indian manufactured handicrafts which were imposed heavy taxes. Second, export in the form of raw material which was made tax free or duty free. Same export but still different policies. And thirdly, the import of the manufactured products from Britain to India, they were again made duty free. It means that it was completely a discrimination. It was completely in the favor of Britishers and against the Indians. This type of policy was followed, known as discriminatory tariff policy. So India became a major exporter of primary products in the form of cotton, jute, wool, silk, indigo. India became the major exporter of these raw material and mere importer of machine-made products from Britain. And both these trades, exporting of raw material, importing of finished products from Britain, they were duty-free, due to which the trade flourished. It was a surplus trade. Moreover, our country became a mere exporter of raw material and importer of finished goods. Handicrafts industry decline in India. Secondly, just see this map. From this map, you will understand that, see what was happening. From this map, you will see that the area, the route which was followed, that was from Mumbai to London. This route was followed and it was a lengthier route which was of approximately 20,000 kilometers. Britishers reduced this route by opening Suez Canal and a shortcut was adopted. This shortcut reduced the distance between India and London. From Mumbai to London, the distance covered now reduced to only 11,600 kilometers. This was also one of the ways to make the products available in Britain and to import the products from Britain to India comfortably, easily, from shorter route and at cheaper rates. Secondly, monopoly control of India's foreign trade. Monopoly control of the British government. They handled the trade in such a manner that they were holding the monopoly over the trade. Opening of Suez Canal in 1869 greatly reduced the transportation cost between India and Britain because now the distance also reduced. Moreover, the trading was going on tax-free, trading was going on duty-free, tariff-free. Moreover, the distance also declined, which led to reduction in the cost of transportation of the products from India to Britain and from Britain to India. Just see this table. From this table, you will come to know from the year constantly 1938-39 to the year 1947-48, continuously we can observe the pattern of trade that exports are more as compared to imports. It means income is more from the products which we are selling to foreign land. Income is more as compared to the expenditure. This is known as a surplus trade and the balance of trade was positive balance of trade. Now the profits which we are earning, this profit which incurred due to surplus trade, that was not used for the purpose of development of infrastructure of our own country, that was used for the purpose of administration of the Britishers as well as for war purposes. So though the trade was in surplus, which is a positive aspect, trade was in surplus, but the money earned, either it was used for the British administrative purposes or it was used for the purpose of wars. They attacked the different provinces in Britain, they captured the area, they purchased the defense goods, and entire money was used that was earned through this foreign trade due to this surplus trade. Few other countries were also allowed to trade with India, and they were Sri Lanka, Iran, and China, and not many countries. More than 50% of the trade with the Britishers was going on from India to Britain. So just see the screen as flashed on your screen. The surplus was used to make the payment of expenses which were incurred for the administrative purposes. Secondly, for war purposes. Thirdly, this surplus was used to pay for the import of services. Such payments were termed as home charges. So this way, from this video, we conclude that trade practices which were followed by the Britain, they were the Britishers, they followed the discriminatory tariff policy, they converted our country to a mere exporter of raw material, importer of finished products. Even though surplus trade was taking place, we were earning enough of profits, but these profits were not used for the development of our nation. These profits were used for their own benefits, for defense purposes, for war purposes, for administrative purposes, but not for the development of our nation. I hope that this is clear to you. Thank you all.